Hi, it's Hank. I've got one of those projects that you have to do sometimes to make the next project easier. I'm going to be remodeling a bathroom soon, and there are no shutoffs on the water lines. Now these two pipes here are the two lines that go about 25 feet down through that channel and up to the bathroom. So this is the only place I can really access these pipes to put shutoffs in. So I've got a couple options. You know, I cut the pipes here. I could put shark bites in, which I do not like to do, especially indoors. I could put some slip joints and resolder, but I don't really want to solder in this tight area. It's kind of hard to get to, and also it's kind of tight. A lot of things there can catch on fire. So what I'm going to opt to do is compression fittings. So the first thing I'll do, I've shut off the water to the house. I'm laying it drain out now. I'm going to put a plastic tarp up below these pipes so that when I cut into them, it will drain down into a bucket rather than just all over this room I'm in. And then once we get the lines drained, we can go to work on installing those compression fittings. And as you know, I don't like to make messes, so I have taped a piece of plastic up around those pipes, down, made a little water channel down to a bucket. So once I crack into those pipes, there's no shutting the water off, so whatever's in there is going to come out. Shouldn't be much. I've got a low point drain opened, of course the water's turned off, and then I have the valves to the right of these pipes over in that bathroom I'm going to remodel. I have those valves open, so should have all drained out by now, but of course there'll be a little bit, so we don't want to make a mess, so that's why we take precautions. Alright, so with these cutters you tighten the knob, spin around, tighten clockwise. Okay, let's see. I don't have any play on these pipes, end to end, so I've got to cut out just the right amount. What I'll probably do now, I've got it loose, I'll probably just heat this up, this solder joint, and pull this off. I didn't want to do that originally because I wanted to catch my water if there was any. I'm not too worried about getting a torch in here just to take that off. Okay. Now I can get the other pipe. Now I'll heat this solder joint up right here, pull that off. Heat this one up, pull that off, clean these all up, and put in my compression fittings. So just trying to dry fit my valve to see where I am. I have no horizontal play either way in these pipes. So not going to be able to get a valve on there and get the connections on. One option is to go soldered, use some slip couplings to make up for my gaps. What I plan on doing now, I want to minimize the soldering, so I'm going to convert this to PEX, I believe. I will get a couple of PEX 90s, 4 of them, come down, get a PEX valve, and have a little U that will have some flex in it. So that's what I'll do. Probably will have to cut these off just a little bit more, but I want to minimize the soldering, so I will have 4 solder joints, but they'll be pretty easy, just some PEX 90s copper to PEX 90s. So I'll go see what I can get. So when I got to the store, I wasn't able to find another solderless option, which is really what I wanted to do, since I explained I'm in that tight spot up there. So I will go with a compression 90 to a PEX adapter, and then I will put a PEX ball valve in there. Okay, now the next thing we'll do is clean off the ends of these pipes really well. We've got some 400 grit sandpaper here, which should do the trick. Alright, we'll do all 4 of those. I'm going to go ahead and pre-assemble my PEX adapter to my compression fitting. I went ahead and put Teflon tape on there already. This way I'm not up there in my little tight spot trying to do this. Do what you can on the ground. It's good tightening down. Okay. Now disassemble. I've actually got 4 of these. So I'll go ahead and build the whole valve tree on the ground. Then I'll just have to deal with putting the compression fittings on when I get up there. So PEX is super easy. I use these butterfly connectors. That way you just have to have 1 set of crimpers for whichever size you're using. You put the crimpers over the butterfly. You can see that. Give it a nice full crimp. Just squeeze it till you can't squeeze it anymore. Done. Makes a nice tight crimp, and that will not leak. PEX is super easy to use. I recommend the butterfly connections just because whether you're using 1/2 inch, 3/4 inch, 1 inch pipe, you just need 1 set of crimpers. They all have the same butterfly on them. Now to cut the PEX, super easy. You can use these pipe cutters is what I use. It's pretty easy. Just ratchet right through them. Then I just put a new butterfly on there. There we go. Okay, so here's what I came up with. Compression fittings here. I've got all the flex I need to get into the line. Got the hot water here, cold water here. Another nice thing about PEX is you know, it's all color coded, so your cold water's blue, hot water's red. Anyway, I'll stick these compression fittings up there and we'll try it out. So on the compression fittings, you just slide the nut in, slide the little sleeve in there, put the fitting on and tighten her down. Put the hot on there. So that's what the end result looks like. We're checking for leaks. I don't see anything right now. We'll keep an eye on those compression fittings. That's the most likely place that we'll have to tighten a little more. The PEX fittings are usually trouble-free, so no soldering required. We use compression fittings on the copper, converted to PEX, and put the 2 ball valves in there. Now when it comes time to remodel that bathroom, all we have to do is shut off the ball valves right there, and the bathroom only will be shut off and the rest of the house can remain on. That's how that works.